Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about the Numenera WUBRG Season 1 campaign. So WUBRG is the classic magic symbol. So W stands for white, U stands for island, B stands for black swamp, R stands for red mountain, and then G stands for green forest. All right, and so I've already explained the forest species, the bramble, and the plain species, the awakened animals. Today we're going to continue to talk about the species that are established. There are only 5 sentient species living in the 9th age, right? Living on Earth at this point, and it is the bramble, the awakened animals, and next is the cleft, right? And these guys are represent the color red, and they come specifically from the mountains. And the cleft are they are specifically a mountainous species, and they are living stone. They literally walk out of the mountains. They're made of stone, so they're very difficult to kill, because like a regular blade won't just cut them, right? And but they move and they communicate, and they are a sentient species. Next is the Visc. The Visc are U, that is the island blue, and the Visc are it comes from the word viscous, right? And they're fluid. They are water, so they are a living water species. Now, I would say that the Visc and the cleft are both. By the way, cleft, it comes from cleft in a rock. The cleft in a rock. So a cleft is like a cut or a jagged section opening up a rock, right? It's a biblical term. So the cleft are, a rock people, a mountainous people. And then the Visc are water because they're viscous, right? And they're a sentient water species. And then last are the smoke, and they represent black, the color black from magic, the swamps from magic, and these creatures are found in the swamp areas on Earth, right? And these creatures are specifically the smoke. They are a undead ghost species, which I think is really fascinating. And basically they're like a vapor, almost like a cloud, right? And those are all 5 of the species. So basically, the Gold Player and I both kind of built out our truths using the Iron Swarm set truths model, right? Before we started, and these 5 species are there. So then I asked the Gold Player, okay, now that you understand the species that are there, do you want to be one of these species, or do you want to be human? Now, the reason why I said, do you want to be human, is the Numenera setting has humans, right? This is Earth 1 billion years in the future, right? So regardless, and basically what I'm saying is that these species are what are up and about, right? And that no one has seen the human species for a long time, right? And so basically I was like, do you want to play one of these existing species, or do you want to be a human? But just understand that, like, being a human is going to be very unusual, because these creatures, humans don't populate the Earth anymore. They're like a lost species, right? And so then the Gold Player said, yes, I would like to be a human. And he established his human with the name Blackout, right, which I love. And the reason why is he's going to start with no memory of what happened to the humans, or why he's returning to this Earth, right? Or why he's waking up on Earth. So his name is Blackout, and he is a clever Jack. Clever is his descriptor. Jack is his type. That's like class within Dungeons & Dragons, although Dungeons & Dragons is now starting to move toward calling rather than class, which is absolutely fascinating, especially as an evangelical Christian. Calling is like something your pastor gets, which is really fascinating, right? And so Jack is his class, or calling, and then finally, who moves like a cat is the type, right? And basically, he's a very skilled rogue, essentially, and he is human, and he will be leaving, and he will be launching into a world that has not seen humans for a long time, right? So that is all of the species within our Numenera WUBRG campaign season 1. Thank you for letting me share them with you, and I'll continue the story in our next video. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion on the Numenera system, on being used for a campaign. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion. When you get in the comments and send your traffic, please consider subscribing and have a fetch millennium.